tied with the Vikings for the lead, and they came from mostly Babin and Cole.
And with that style they played, the wide nine, we'll get into that. It's an alignment, a lot of pressure on the linebackers. They went and really feel like they upgraded. I agree with D'Amico Ryans and Michael Kendrick, the rookie. The back end very strong at the corners. The safeties take a lot of heat because they aren't Brian Dawkins, but who is?
Protecting Brandon Wheaton from that terrific pass rush the Eagles had. Brandon Jackson is in as a receiver out of the backfield, and this pass is in the air and it's picked off. The Eagles will get it back. Kurt Coleman on the deflection, and the Browns turn it over. And the Eagles will get it at their 7-yard line. So Cleveland turns it over for the first time. We've had 3 already in this first half. 3rd down and 1. They go to Richardson, not this time, and coming in to make the play, D'Amico Ryans. So Ryans already paying dividends, the newcomer in his Eagle debut. And that will bring up 4th down.
For all the talk that he's washed up in Philly, not so fast. He's been all over the field here today.
Brandon Jackson, the running back, and going deep is Wheaton. And this one is intercepted by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. A textbook coverage on Travis Benjamin as Wheaton tried to go deep, and it's picked off the second turnover. Browns have it at the 26. Play action. And coming out of it is one of the linemen. And it looked like number 73, Joe Thomas, the left tackle. And Jason Babin putting the pressure on.
Remember, being under center, different for Brandon Wheaton. Not really accustomed to it. Didn't do it much.
Wheaton. And it's picked off. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie with the interception.
Over 70 touchdowns. He can throw the football.
So far, the slant has been the most effective pattern. In trouble, and Wheaton goes down. Back at the 42, Fletcher Cox. Trent Richardson back in the game now. 1st down. And they go to Richardson. And nothing there. And you can see the Eagles trying to strip the ball away. Kurt Coleman in particular. D'Amico Ryans also there.
He's typically used to high-tempo, up-tempo, 2-minute drill.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie is in there. Brandon Hughes is the nickel back. And Wheaton's pass is going to be intercepted by Kurt Coleman. And Coleman goes down. And the Eagles, with the big interception, will take over with 1:05 to go and a 1-point lead.
5 times last week. Flacco under pressure. Lost the football. Recovered at the 15-yard line by the Eagles. Cullen Jenkins on the ball for Philadelphia. Sam Cook to punt it away. DeMaurice Johnson is back at his own 10-yard line. Fake right up the middle. And it's going to be short.
It's going to be short.
They needed the 47-yard line and made it to the 45, carried by Sean Considine.
And Considine appeared to stumble. I don't know if he tripped over his own teammate, but he caught his legs up, and I think that's what sent him to the ground. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Here's Sean Considine right here. He's going to take the direct snap, but watch him on his way in. He's going to trip over the feet of Hedebo, his own player.
From last week. 3rd and 2. Flacco with time. Going to throw over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by D'Amico Ryans. And Ryans is going to be whistled down at his own 44-yard line.
Oh, now we've got another little fracas going on. And there goes the flag.
And the fracas continues. You and I were talking at halftime, Dan, that this could get a little ugly.
Well, I mentioned
if the officials didn't get a handle.
I thought we'd moved past it, but apparently it's still awfully close to the surface. No simple slant pattern. Torrey Smith had to work his butt off to get that thing.
On first down, this is Ray Rice stacked up back at the 28-yard line.
Ray just ran into the back of his own blocker and lost his footing.
Flacco just 3 out of 13 throwing here in the second half.
They're going to look like Usain Bolt getting ready to go.
Flacco on the move, getting chased down at the 33-yard line by D'Amico Ryans.
You're glad you got him now, aren't you, Philadelphia? He was there all alone.
147 total yards today for Ray Rice. This is Bernard Pierce. And Pierce.
D'Amico Ryans. I'm serious now, Greg. You can't be playing a much better half than he's had here in the second half of this game. He has been just everywhere for the Eagles defense.
Flacco for Rice, incomplete.
Well, this is the Patcat, they call it. That's Patrick Peterson twice. He worked out of their version of the Wildcat last week. Once ran it for 17, and that did not fool Kurt Coleman. The free safety coming all the way up to run him out of bounds. So it was a loss of 4 yards. It brings up 3rd and 10, and Cobb back in there. Blitz coming. Cobb steps up, and he is dropped. Jason Babin all the way back to the 29-yard line. Cole and Babin putting the pressure on. They combined for 29 sacks this season against Forest.
Playing very well for the Arizona Cardinals.
Ryan Williams wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Derek Landry, the first man there to meet him. Landry in his first year as a starter.
I'd begin to take that personally.
He had a monster game against them last year, a couple of touchdowns. And now out of early today as Cobb is sacked. Back at his own 45. Darryl Tapp and Cedric Thornton combining on that stop of Cobb.
Yeah, we talked about Arizona on the right side with Ricky.
Stevens Howling gets a handoff. Played beautifully by D'Amico Ryans. Signed after coming over in a trade from Houston, a 2-time Pro Bowler.
3rd and 10. Got to be very smart about where you try to put the ball, but still want to convert on the 3rd down.
And sacked. And it's Babin once more.
Needed to step up in the pocket.
It was huge for the Giants.
Only been released 8 times in 4 years. Hung in there. And hanging in there as Bradshaw gets taken down. Jenkins, Colin Jenkins, came over as a free agent last year from Green. A lot of guts shown by the Giants to run that play at that time at the end of the 3rd, setting up a 1st and goal from the 10. And then it is picked off in the end zone by Rogers Cromartie. And Rogers Cromartie is able to get out of the end zone and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Whew, what a turn of events that was. Biasi to snap it. So Tynes gets another shot after he was wide left. And this time, Tynes' kick is no good, just short. Accurate enough, but just short. And those extra yards come back to burn the Giants.
If they're able to make a big stop here and not give up any points with the short field.
So 4th down and 10. They pass on a 52-yard field goal try. This one gets away from Roethlisberger. And he airs it out into the corner of the end zone where it's incomplete. And this start for the Steelers offense has been about as bad as they could have ever thought it would be coming out of their bye week. Eagle.
First down and 5. Stafford with time. He fires downfield. And it is picked off by Nnamdi Asomugha. Pass was intended for Calvin Johnson. Asomugha with his first interception of the season.
Calvin Johnson can get beyond them for a big play.
Bell remains in the backfield, second down and 1. Hand off to Bell. Tries to cut it to the outside. And is cut down by D'Amico Ryans. Third down. Two tight ends. Plus Reef. And the extra blockers do not help. As Trent Cole comes in to make the tackle.
If you're going to tackle him also, Calvin Johnson, tackle his legs, not his upper body. He's too big of a man.
Now they look to set up the screen, but it did not fool D'Amico Ryans. LaShore loses a couple. Now the Lions.
It's time for someone to start smoking cigars, was his line. I loved it.
First down and 15, and here's Turner. And this time the Eagles come around there. Already you can see an inspired Eagle defense. Next TD catch will be the 100th of his career. First down, and here is Rodgers, and Rodgers will be hit, and hit well by Cullen Jenkins, and there'll be a loss of 2.
That you wouldn't think would get the ball.
Turner, you would think gets the ball, and he goes nowhere. The Eagles thought so, as Fletcher Cox was all over him. Loss of 1, and there you see the range. 13 at the top of your picture. Ryan. And Matt Ryan goes down for the first time in the game. First sack of the game, and a derisive cheer from the Philadelphia fans, if you know about them.
The football.
Second down and 4. They're going to try to run it here with Turner, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. Even Bill Walsh's San Francisco 49ers teams with the West Coast offense led the team in rushing, because they had leads and then would use the clock in the second. 6 in Eagle territory. Here is Turner again, and Turner is tackled by D'Amico Ryans at a loss of 1.
2. He's a better quarterback in year 5 than he was year 4, and he was really good in year 4.
I think there's no question about it, and content to sit down against the rush is Matt Ryan, and that was
building about a month ago.
Handoff, Mark Ingram, nowhere to go as Cullen Jenkins walks right in with Trent Cole for a loss of 5.
Wow, the Saints go to Charles Brown, an extra tight.
What a throw by Breeze. Back at it again. Lost the football. It's laying right in front of Brandon Graham, who picks it up, and that's a huge turnover forced by the Philadelphia defense. Just its 9th of the year as the pass rush forced Breeze to spit it out.
Well, Travaris, a lot of questions about that play.
The line drives a returnable kick for Travaris Cadet. He lost the football. It's still free, and at the bottom of the pile, David Sims, I think, might be there for Philly.
Wow.
Eagles ball on the turnover.
Here comes the Philadelphia Eagles. This is like a Rocky Balboa script.
They give Curtis Marsh 31, not 21 Sims, as it was forced out by the running back.
They missed number 43.
It's Ivory running, and there comes Asomugha off the corner to start it. And D'Amico Ryans, we have not called the name of the linebacker that they traded for. Chris Ivory now the running back. Met in the backfield by David Sims, and that rookie who's been picked on trying to cover Jimmy Graham makes a play on the other side of the line.
I love what Todd Bowles is doing right now. He's blitzing and challenging.
As to what Sean Payton's options will be and where he will be next season. Ivory's going to lose a couple of yards on this carry, and the Eagles will have a chance here on 3rd and 11. You know, it seems to me, John.
Contenders again.
3rd and 10. The Eagles bringing pressure. It's picked up for Breeze. Nobody was open. And coming around was Babin to knock it free. And the Saints are very fortunate that Pierre Thomas was there to fall on it. So twice, John, that pass rush has gotten there and almost got another turn
down the field. And that's something that Tony Romo desperately wants. Have to hurry to get it away, and Romo gets sacked.
Kendricks in there. Brandon Graham as well. And a loss of 5. A 3rd and 15 coming up. Romo goes down. A loss of 7, and Romo was just engulfed by this defense. On 2nd down and 10, Romo is sacked again. Cullen Jenkins, a loss of...
That's an area Cam needs to continue to improve.
Jonathan Stewart's the back, and he is snowed under by Derek Landry. Big loss, thanks to the former Notre Dame star.
Well, Carolina has a rookie at left guard. It'll take some time.
3:20 left. Touchdowns the first couple of drives. 2 punts since, and a loss of almost 5. And Stewart is stopped easily by Trent Cole. You think back to Cam.
LeSabre I had to drive.
Are those actual cars? Is that a true story? From the 32, here comes Williams to the left, and he's taken down, loss of a couple of yards. And a good play by D'Amico Ryans. So Andy Reid.
These are the kind of games that Carolina's in every week, Mike. Tight ball games. They play good football. As this game heads toward the 4th quarter, it's time for Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers to step up on a national stage and win one late.
Third and 11, flushed by Patterson, who brings him down. Mike Patterson, who had a rare brain condition that caused a seizure last year, didn't play until 3 games ago. He had 6 hours of brain surgery before getting back to football. Comes up with a much-deserved sack. Newton getting ready to take off, but he was getting ready for the hit, too, from Kendricks. So he goes down as Babin touches him down at the 30.
That's that play action we
was the interim head coach at Miami for the last 3 games last year. And 3rd and long 2. Romo tries to get away and cannot. That is Brandon Graham. And one of the reasons they let Jason Babin go and Jacksonville picked him up is he wanted to see Andy Reid did more of Brandon Graham. He likes what he saw there.
He's been scrambling pretty well tonight.
And so Ryan's back in the game. 3rd and 15. And Tony under pressure. Maybe they should tighten it up.
Yeah.
Down he goes at the 21-yard line, and there is Graham again, and Romo is slow to get up. 35-yard line. Dallas has all of its timeouts. Toss to the outside, and nothing happening there. Murray gets taken down by D'Amico Ryans behind the line of scrimmage.
Raymond has to dump it off to DJ Ware, and he's going to lose some yardage. So good coverage by both teams in the secondary on the first possessions.
This offense for the Buccaneers.
Not quite in Eagle territory. They're at the 48. Freeman goes down, and a flag goes down, and 2 go down. 2 penalty markers down. Fletcher Cox coming in on Freeman, and that'll be the first time the Eagles have gotten to Freeman today for a sack. Bucs still have 2 timeouts left, but they have a 3rd and long here, and they're not going to get away as Freeman is sacked by Cullen Jenkins. And this crowd really displeased with what they've seen.
Dalton to throw. Pumps, pulls it down, and goes down. Nice job defensively by Brandon. Dalton hit. Ball's in the air. Eagles on top of it. Let's see, was it a fumble or not? Brandon Graham knocked it out of there. I think it's Trent Cole on the bottom of the pile. Graham's been playing great the last month, and he gets his left arm in there, and Dalton's right arm can't come through.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The quarterback had an empty hand. It is a fumble.
Pressure coming, and it got to him. Running out of time again, hit from behind, and the ball is out. Philadelphia's got it again.
It's Colin Jenkins, who we talked about, a dangerous inside presence. He comes on a loop. That's a good call.
Quarterback lost control of the ball prior to any forward motion of his hand. The ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a fumble.
Changed the way they play, and they're playing it very well tonight. And another sack. And this one's Fletcher Cox, the rookie. Dalton trying to avoid a sixth sack, but he's not going to be able to. Cox again is there.
Второй 6 после выноса Морриса. RG3 из шотгана. Снова Моррис. Вся защита. 4-й и 2. Джош Морган в бэкфилд уходит, хотя принимающий. Плей-экшен. И не получается. Не смог Сантана Мосс мяч зафиксировать. Да даже время. Шел ли мяч назад? Сантана Мосс правильно делает в том, что фиксирует мяч.